Hello, and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Those things help us out tremendously. If you are interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some really cool emotes. If you're interested in joining any of our campaigns, we do have open slots available in a Friday early campaign that'll start either at noon or 1 p.m. EST, as well as one open slot now available in our Sunday early Daddy Issues campaign that starts at 1 p.m. EST. That one is a continuation campaign, so if anybody is interested, they have to reach out to me and let me know. But without further ado, Argan, what happened last session?
We woke up for the day, realizing the area we're in, that the water is different than it was the day before. It's cooler. There's actually fish in there. We don't ever really figure out why, at least not that I remember. But we decided to go ahead with our plan anyway. So we call up the Celestial. We let Sinclair do some taunting, and we managed to bait the Kraken into the room or into the pond. It looks around for a while before finally starting to figure out who it needs to attack. So we start draining the water out, and Argan puts up a wall to keep it from escaping. And then we engage in a long and painful combat where it keeps swallowing people, including Sinclair, who managed to save himself with one of the immovable spears that Argan had made, and giving it a great big stomach ache full of sickening radiance. And it was tossing everyone else around and beating on people until eventually we managed to whittle all of it down with some long-range shooting and some dragon breath, then Braska hitting it as much as it would let him, and so eventually we killed it. And then we spent the rest of our time harvesting it, getting as many of its parts as we can, and then turning it into, I guess, what some people considered a waste of an augment for the power of the creature. But it was the only augment we needed, so that's what we did with it. And we got our payment from Etsy, our maps, and we started heading out. And that's where we're at.
So, you've successfully harvested this creature's essence. This legendary fighter of gods, destroyer of coastlines and cities, has been successfully turned into a returning augment.
You know, I will be
No waste.
I will be honest, everyone. I honestly thought the Kraken would be scarier.
Calamari.
I was actually, funny you should mention that, Capriccio. I don't think any one of us will have the chance again to have Kraken calamari.
I was inside of it.
I don't
kinda
think this
wanna
thing
eat
is
it.
edible.
I've already been eating parts of it as we've been going.
Well, you can cook it. You can cook it and you can make the calamari more edible.
There's not even a need for a
That's-
nature check for you. You are fully aware that other than Sinclair and Braska... Oh, wait, Zuazar could. Half-orc
Yeah,
lineage.
he's a half orc.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
three of them have digestive tracts that could actually eat this.
It's like a pufferfish. It's poisonous.
It'll
it's
make
not...
them constipated for a few days, though.
Yeah.
I've eaten 80 meals in a single sitting. I think I'm past that hurdle.
This is a legendary shit, Braska.
This is a legendary calamari.
It has to be brewed.
I'm not gonna stop you, but do you want to give me your toe?
I would like you to give me my toe.
Capriccio, my dear. You have taken much from me. Socks, clothing, weapons, gold. I don't feel like giving you my toe.
Would mending work on your toe if you were giving it back, Argan?
No, mending repairs inanimate objects.
Are you you're
I
calling
mean, the
him an
toe
object?
currently is.
You're calling Argon an inanimate object. That's quite rude.
No, his toe is technically since it's dead, lifeless.
You hear that, Argon? He's calling you lifeless.
I'm still not sure what you guys are talking about, but okay.
The toe that you have of Argon, the one that you took just on the off chance Argon kicked the bucket.
What toe? I don't
The
know
one
anything
he
about a toe.
refuses to admit he has.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm thinking of another toe. I don't know what toe you're talking about
Uh-huh.
either.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but okay.
In any case, we've done what we needed to do. We've got the other half of the map.
It's definitely been a long day. Y'all spent time crafting and everything and harvesting. It's probably late in the afternoon. We should get some grub in us and take a nap and then head out to the northern parts of the Zorhas.
So that is a great question. Exactly what is it everybody is wanting to do?
Well, I don't know where else we need to go. Is there anything that we can obtain to assist us?
Probably knowledge of the regions between here and the Barb Fields would be useful information. I just don't.
Why don't you ask Etsy?
What the fuck are you looking for?
Like, looking at the map, what is a Vermaloc wild?
Well, that doesn't answer my question. Like, what are you looking for? What is
Like,
your
what's-
goal? What are you aspiring to do? What is your objective?
Our objective is to save the Tree of Lives.
All right, I told you where it is.
I think he's more meaning what can we expect between here and there, especially perhaps in the actual
Danger.
area.
What's
And
the
he's-
terrain like? More
Bad.
than anything.
What specific dangers are we expecting? Are we talking strange beasts?
Yes.
Volcanic regions.
Some.
What sort of strange beasts are we talking about?
All.
Be more specific.
Many and all.
So, like, on a scale of 1 to 1 of us,
There's a few things out there.
Anything scarier than a kraken?
Not that I'm specifically aware of,
okay,
but
then fine.
Were you scared of the Kraken, Sinclair?
Oh God, no!
I mean, if you
So-
would have went up against it without all of your prep work.
Oh yeah, we normally don't prep, so it was a huge buff to our morale. Definitely.
I'm not
Uh,
saying I help with that shit, but I definitely help with that shit.
Etsy, what is the most expedient way to get from here to the Barb Fields?
Airship.
Why are you just answering in one-worded answers now?
Because I
Nickel-
feel like a lot of these questions are very unintuitive and closed.
If you had to choose a direction and a method of travel to get to this place, what would you do and why?
If I had to,
If you had to.
Airship.
I would turn into a cloud and fly away.
Oh fuck no! I don't want
We-
to do that again.
We did it on the way here.
Okay.
Well, then, I
get
would
hit by a storm
probably
giant.
traverse, and keep in mind, all of you are like right here right now. I
Uh-huh.
would probably traverse across the many hosts of Yggdrathad,
Hmm.
find my way over to Asarius, travel the hallowed path, and hope I can survive the barbed fields without entering into the Vermaloc Wildwood.
What is in the Vermaloc Wildwood?
A lot of Fae.
Oh.
No.
He looks over.
No,
I looks over to Capriccio.
there are
Mm.
certain kinds of Fae. She looks
Me-
over at you, Capriccio, that are
Me and the
very
Fae
Hi.
don't see eye to
fine,
eye.
but there's other ones that are not.
Not very fine.
No.
Good to know for the future. So, I guess a couple of follow-up questions. This hollowed path, is this a traveled road or is it a dangerous road?
Oh,
with
it's
a name like
incredibly
Hollow Path.
dangerous. You'll find bandit encampments traveling across them. And yes, I know bandits aren't that terrifying for all of you, sure. Sometimes you find
We're more terrifying for them.
beasts and horrors that find these encampments and like to use them as bait in order to consume people. There's all manners of monstrosities that wander in from the bobbed fields. Sometimes there's even these weird eldritch creatures that come from the bobbed fields out there.
And I imagine they would be. You said they come from the bar field, so that's something else we can expect going in there.
Yeah.
Well, all routes do point in that direction. The only issue is we need to find the most. I wouldn't say the safest way, because let's be completely honest, there's going to be no safe way to get in there. We need to find the most efficient.
Well, the
Well,
most efficient way,
would be to walk in a straight line.
however, that would make us go through Moorland and the Vermalock with the Fae, and you know how I feel about the Fae. I
Are
want
there
to
any-
beat them to a living pulp for taking all my shit.
You have a very strange vendetta against something that you can. Material goods are easy to.
I feel like you should see one of those doctors that maintain individuals' minds.
You need some better help, is what you need.
Not sponsored, but really good.
Plug all the same.
Hey, if I support something, I'll fucking plug it, no problem. I love Magpie Gaming. They're amazing.
Are there any airships in Asarius?
I don't know.
Hmm.
But Osarius is more of a rough and tumble city.
So more than likely not. But my
I
kind
want to go there.
I was going to say that does actually sound like quite a
You'll
nice place.
fit in wonderfully, Braska. Murder's legal,
Oh, great!
so long as they deserved it.
Ah, so
Oh, they will deserve it.
And the guard feel like they deserved it. Or the politicians. Don't fuck with anybody from any of the dens under any circumstance.
any of the
What's a
dens,
den?
like are
Wait,
these
is
like
that what Theo was a part of? Is a den?
Oh, you have a friend a part of one of them. Maybe you'll be fine then. Yeah, the dens are the individuals that run all of Xhorhas. There's a bunch of dens of families that try to keep this, city safe. Well,
They're
the
the
entire
Xhor-
continent, really.
they're the Jorhasian Mafia, is what you're saying.
No. More like the Xhorhasian political and spiritual leaders.
So a culty mafia?
Yeah, that's a little closer.
Well, you saw how Theo was.
But you do not trifle with them.
I think they're
They-
more culty politicians.
They have unknown powers and availabilities to magic.
As
I
long
once
as
saw an individual look at someone else. They started bleeding from the nose and they just died.
as long as they don't fuck with us, we won't trifle with them.
Well, I'm giving you the fair warning. Don't fuck with them, and they shouldn't fuck with you. Also, probably not good to mention that you're from the Empire. Then they'll probably try to capture you, interrogate you, and steal all the secrets from your minds.
Well, thankfully, I'm not from the Empire,
I don't know
so
anything.
good for them.
Yeah, she just points at Braska.
Ah,
But they don't know that, and you're associated with him.
They'll
so-
figure it out pretty quickly.
Well, I think, if we can avoid Asaria and just head north through that open
you want to
wasteland towards the Hollow Path, that'd
Sure.
be better.
That'll be tremendously more difficult, though.
Yeah, why are we avoiding Asaria?
Yeah, we could.
Because
restart-
Braska's from the Empire.
But they don't know he's from the Empire unless
Barely.
you put a sign on him.
Yes, and
So-
Sinclair.
Etsy walks up to you, Argan, wiggles her finger for you to crouch down. Do you honestly believe or trust in them to be capable of not revealing that while in that city?
That's a fair point.
Thank you. And she just walks away.
do I hear that?
Yeah, of course.
I trust in the majority of us from not saying anything. though Sinclair, I must emphasize, if we go there, if you introduce Braska, just introduce him as Braska.
Of the Slayer's cake.
I'm
He's not a member of the Slayer's Cake.
He's
Actually, I am.
You're a member of the
He
Slayer's
does
Cake.
have a
Totally worth
membership card. He's spent over 100 gold there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we both have memberships to the Slayer's cake.
1000% worth it.
I'm still not sure why we're not taking the short path and just flying there.
I mean,
You want to turn into a bird?
He means the
What?
wind again.
I'm perfectly fine with turning into wind, and we could go over the mountains, and we could just drop right down in there. The only reason I'm saying we might want to go to Asarius is because we can restock on supplies. That's the only thing.
We don't really need supplies, though, do we? We just got
Couldn't
done
hurt.
hitting up. What was it called? Phelan,
Well,
where we got our alcohol.
everybody, this conversation has been enlightening. The entire interaction has been pleasant for some of you and less than for others. I have a group of cultists to go deal with, though. Just because the god is dead doesn't mean they should live. And the water is no longer burning, so
Happy hunting.
thank you. You watch as she sprouts gills, flips into the water, and turns into a massive sand shark.
When
That
she's
is
far
so
enough,
cool.
when she's far
What
enough away,
is
Zerzar will say,
water?
"I like her."
She doesn't like you.
Doesn't matter.
It might have been his negotiation skills.
More
You
than
were
likely.
kind of aggressive.
I was, but sometimes you have to be aggressive to get what you want. That's life.
I don't think you needed to, but okay.
Not like we're gonna see her again.
I'm totally coming back.
Well, you can come back. I might tag along, but I don't expect that to be anytime soon. But I am in the camp of the short way, because what we could do anyway, we could head to Asarius. We can collect what we need if we want to go there, and then we can just take maybe half a day out of Asarius, turn into clouds, and then just fly over.
Well, here's my thing, right? Would the Fae stop us from crossing if we're clouds? Because already a storm giant has.
But that was a storm giant that was under the control of a lich that we know wants to kill us.
He was also specifically looking for us. Besides, we'll be flying high up.
Well, my thing is do areas controlled by the Fae, are they territorial? Like, are they going to seek us out because we're in their territory without permission?
Not if we don't know, if they don't know we're there.
Are you scared to cross the Verminlock Wildwoods, Sinclair?
He's scared of the Fae. He's scared of the bad Fae.
No, I will
He's
kill
scared of the
all the
bad
bad
Fae.
Fae.
You're scared of the bad Fae.
Just
I
because
just don't want to create, mass murder on a very colossal scale.
I must say this, Sinclair. I admire your confidence, but if you have a whole army of evil Fae wanting to kill you, I wish you luck, but that's all I'm going to give you.
I'd hope you light that bitch on fire.
I don't think lighting a forest controlled by Fae is that simple.
You don't know. You haven't tried.
You don't know us. He's got flame tongue and I've got green flame.
Well,
We can start a fire.
we also have a person from the actual Feywild who can more than likely tell you yes or no.
I mean, it's also not the Feywild. It's just
An area of woods controlled by the Fae.
yeah.
Well, we don't know what type of Fae are inside.
Well, they told us bad Fae, so
So who cares?
that's
if we light
already
them
good on
fire?
my book. I'm willing to knock off a few bad Fae.
I vote we go to Asarius and travel from Asarius. I do not care whether we fly or not. I'm actually fine with the wind just because it moves everything along faster.
Do we want to win over to Asarius?
I'm fine with that. The faster we get the travel over, the better.
And the quicker we get this done, the quicker we can stay a couple steps ahead of our Lich friend.
How fast is the Moorbounder?
Probably not as
Okay.
fast as wind.
Much slower than wind, and they have to stop more frequently.
Hmm.
Thoughts on this idea, Capriccio?
Well, I can't make us win today. So,
That's
no.
fine.
no thoughts.
I assume we're camping here for the night.
You want to camp in the cave again?
I would like that. And also Capriccio. Oh, head empty.
No, at me.
Oh wait.
I'm not actually going to camp in the cave. I'm just going to set up the door in the cave.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to sleep next to stinky calamari remains.
Well, we won't be. Just the door will be here. We'll sleep in the mansion.
No, that's what I mean. Yes.
Oh, eventually the
Mansion
water's
is
going to
good.
come back in, and I don't know if your door is watertight.
Well, I'm not going to put it up in the bottom of the pool. I'll put it up on the ledges where we were originally.
Speaking of, how long do we have?
What do you
Oh,
mean?
the door would have long been. The wall would have long ago fell away. It only lasted a minute.
Oh, okay. So we're not like there. We're somewhere else.
Are you talking about the mansion?
No,
No.
the wall, the wall of
The
force
wall of
I put up to
force.
block the water from getting out. That only lasts a minute. The mansion lasts a full day.
Yeah. I got confused with what you're talking about. That's my
Yeah,
bad.
no, yeah. The mansion lasts a day.
Yeah. Well, of course it's good though. Well, of course it's very, very good.
Head empty, Zorazor.
This is Sean talking, okay?
All right. Well, I'm putting up the mansion because I'm used up most of what I have for the day, so I'm tired.
I don't think I've ever
Okay.
been in your mansion before.
Yeah, you have.
No, he was
Probably not.
out. He wasn't here the last time we got in the mansion.
We did it
His-
last
Your
night.
last session.
His
No.
character. We never got in it last session, did we?
Yeah.
No, we.
Oh yeah, we did because she stayed with us.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's right. I forgot. Oh, never mind.
Monkey.
How do you forget last night?
Well, there was a giant kraken that I was focused on, so a lot of the things that I had in my head are still coming back to me. More focused on trying to kill the giant squid.
So it's about what 200, 220 miles, something like that. This area. I'm reading the scaling of this map that we have. How fast can we go as clouds? Like, how many days is that going to be for us, Capriccio?
We did the
That's-
calculations last session, or 2 sessions ago. What were they again?
I do not remember, but that's easy to find out.
Yeah, what's the speed?
Well, the speed is 300 feet.
And you can take the dash action?
Yeah.
So that's 600 every 6 seconds. So times 10 is every minute. Times 60 is every hour. Wait,
Like
6,000 times.
I want to say like 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. If we're always like dashing, which I don't think we'll. I don't know if you limit how much you can dash.
the spell is cloud form, right?
It's called Wind Walk.
Wind. It should have been called cloud form. That'd be a cooler name.
I think it might be misleading.
I would say if you're doing the full dash thing, then you're going to have to be making con saves, and actually we'll just limit it by con modifier how many times you can do that, for how many hours.
Even if we do the regular speed, it's like what, half a day to get there from here to there.
In an hour at dashing, the whole hour, it's 68 miles.
So
If we say just regular speed, that's like half a day to get there from here to there, in the cloud form, whatever.
yeah, that's like a good. No, you'll have to stop. It's not 8 hours, is it?
That's 1 hour.
300 feet per
How
round.
long does it last?
10 rounds in a minute. 60 minutes in an hour. And I need a converter.
5,280 is feet per mile.
Yeah,
So
if I have a
it's-
converter, I could just type it in, though.
It's 34 miles an hour.
If we're not taking the dash action.
Yes, which we can't take the dash action because none of, other than probably Braska, will be
And-
able to dash forever.
I'm
Here to
pretty
there.
con heavy. I'm pretty fortified.
We're not going to there. We're going to Asarius first, I think.
Oh, Asarius first. Okay, that's a little shorter. So 203 miles. So 203 miles.
That's like a 7-hour travel.
Just shy of
About
6.
6 hours. Yeah.
We would still have 2 hours left on the windwalk, so
Yeah, you guys could get there without leaving yourselves fatigue.
We can get to the edge of this green spot if we don't want to stop off in Saria. If we want
we
to
do,
camp
though.
out at Hallow Path.
The whole point of going to Asarius is to stop at Asarius.
I just don't know what we need in Asarius.
Why do I need to have anything in Asarius?
Well, we also don't know what's in Asarius. There might be something there that we didn't know about that we could actually benefit from.
Or, and hear me out on this, fun.
I do enjoy the idea of fun.
Well, if we wanted fun, we go burn the Fey Forest.
No,
I feel
that's
like
not-
we
mass
all have.
genocide is not fun, Sinclair.
Yes, and Sinclair, you're a good person, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
but for some reason he blames all the Fae for the fact that he used a magic item and it took all of his magic items. So even though it's 100% his fault, he blames the Fae for it.
So two things. One,
They
why
made
don't
an
you-
evil deck.
So two things. One, why don't you just find the Fae that made this deck and kill them? And two, Argon is completely correct. Just because one Fae fucks you over doesn't mean you need to fuck over the rest of the Fae.
They said they're bad Fey.
Yes, they're bad Fae, but that's in hindsight that does seem to be relative in Fae language.
And you have one person's connotation that they're bad Fae, Etsy's, who you don't know all that well and have no way of knowing what her point of reference is for who's bad and who's not.
Sinclair, do you want to have a talk about this hatred towards Fae? Capriccio and I are very good listeners.
I've made it a point not to attack Capriccio.
So that's the first step. Now you just need to continue without the genocide, or attempted genocide. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't think you'll make it too far. You'll get overwhelmed. We are powerful, I will admit, but
I do like your idea of tracking down the Fey who made the deck, though.
how about let's make a deal, you and me, right now, Sinclair.
Mm.
I will help you find this Fae that fucked you over with this deck, and I will help you kill them. If you drop this whole very oddly specific idea of genocide of a Fae magnitude.
Well, will you let me help you in your negotiations by signing papers?
As long as I get to proofread them.
Sure. Hell, you can even word it. Don't bother me. I just have to sign, write it is all.
Wait a minute, are you wanting to learn how I write?
No, I make contracts all the time. Well,
How-
I
but
did
how-
before I joined here.
But how many of those contracts were actually beneficial?
For the people that used them, very.
But what about you?
Oh, I get nothing out of it.
That's a terrible contract.
Well, I don't see jipping.
wait, isn't that
people I
just
work with.
charity?
That is actually the definition of charity. A contract is a benefit. Both sides benefit from the contract. If one side's only been benefiting from the contract, you've just been giving someone things.
Sinclair's not the other side. Sinclair's the broker. The other
Yeah.
side gets the money that you pay for the contract.
There's no broker fee.
There
I didn't
should-
say you charged a fee. I just said you're the broker between.
you.
Yeah.
So you're not even the person. You're just the one writing the contracts for people. You want to actually write the contract. Why didn't you just say that?
I already write the contract. You just didn't want to sign it last time.
The last time you tried to sign a contract, you wanted to sign a contract to bring a devil into existence.
No, we have a piece of paper that already has that on it. I believe it's a Baylor.
That is worrying that you have that in your person, but also quite entertaining.
Oh, I don't have it on me. Broska's the only one that could cast it. Well, maybe Argon. I technically could, but I don't know the names of most Baylors.
Oh. Sinclair, my dear friend, I'm going to teach you so much about contracts, and I can promise you by the end of it, you'll be richer for it.
Okay.
That's not a joke. That's an actual fact. I will make sure that you understand different aspects of contracts than what you've been doing, and you will more than likely be making vast amount of wealth. I can promise you that.
I don't think Sinclair's in it for the money.
I don't think so either, but he can also use that money to give to his church. I know he likes the Raven Queen.
Well, yeah, I follow the Raven Queen and the teachings of the ferryman. That's why I put coins on the dead.
Then you can use that. You can use the information to help your church, help your people. It's beneficial to you.
And you can't take money with you to the grave, though. Only the 2 doubloons.
But you
If
can.
anything, I would use the money to help my people out.
That's what I mean.
Temples need money to be
Or pay
maintained.
Mm-hmm.
rent.
That's what I was meaning, Capriccio. Temples and other like expansions and such. Also, you can stack coins on the eyes. You can just stack them real high. That way, the ferryman has a tip.
Yeah, I'm putting up the mansion and I'm going inside.
Alrighty, you do that.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna go in. But
So, you
oh,
all.
actually, before we do that, I'm gonna cast my daily scrying
On.
on this
Tilly.
yeah.
Okay, wisdom check. Wisdom save, right?
Uh,
Scrying's wisdom.
I believe so.
Alright, 18
Yes.
plus, they are successful.
Okay. One day. Yeah, we'll do it.
I'll be right back real quick.
One day they'll roll double ones.
It's a free spell. I don't care.
Yeah, of course, just try it every day.
Yeah.
Everyone heads on inside into the magnificent mansion. Holy fuck. Excuse me. I just got sleepy there. As you all settle yourselves in to go to rest and sleep, morning rolls around and you're about to be ejected from this mansion in an hour or so.
Mansion lasts 24 hours.
God, I hate this 10 a.m. checkout.
We could stay in here all day if we wanted to,
Morning
but
rolls
I'm not
around.
going to. There you go.
Yeah, but they always charge you more.
And you all want to take off flying.
Yeah, I'll also unattune to the bow that you gave me, and then reattune to my flame tongue.
Okay. So, you turn into your little puffs of fart and go flying up into the sky. As you are sailing over, or soaring over the many hosts of Yggdrathad, I would like someone to roll me a survival check. Keep in mind, you won't have access to your map, so you're working off of memory here.
All right.
And this is not really a situation where you can help one another, just 2 people can make their own checks. You are fart clouds, you cannot speak unless you understand giant sign language.
Oops.
I guess I can.
I know I'm not trying it, so
Yeah, I'll roll. And I'll use Lore Keeper to get advantage. Dirty 20?
Braska, you fly for about 20 minutes before you realize nobody's following you.
Oh, crap.
And you readjust yourself and start wandering around, flying through the air, until eventually you come across them as they are passing over this very thin river. As you are soaring past this, you look down on the bank of the river, where there appears to be corpses lining the edge. All of them seem to be coming out from the water onto the shoreline.
Like, on their own?
Well, to get a better insight, you'd have to go down there and investigate.
All right.
That doesn't tell me anything. What?
I want to go down and investigate.
Okay. Everyone, you notice that Braska departed from all of you and then came back, and now he seems to be soaring down towards the river.
I'll follow him down.
All right. Other people? Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow him too.
So, as you all fly down there, Braska, roll me an investigation roll.
Okay, this is gonna go badly.
Hey, that's good for you.
That's actually good for me, yeah.
It's a straight roll, so yeah.
By the looks of it, they seem to be crawling out of the water before something happened. You look at the backs of the necks, and all of them seem to be snapped at very strange angles. There appears to be a couple of dozen of these corpses. All of them look like the bodies themselves must be no more than 2 weeks old. But all of them looking very waterlogged as well.
Do they seem to be set out in such a way that's, I guess the word would be symbolic, like, don't go through here? Or is it just like, they're just like lying about?
Roll me an insight check, please.
Wiki. But
27.
yeah.
The first thing you notice is they are wearing strange clothing that looks foreign to you. As in individuals that you probably haven't seen wear types of clothing like this. Second thing you notice is they all look relatively poor. Like they would work as farm hands. Or maybe even shopkeepers. But like not the one who owns the shop, the one who just works there. The next thing you notice is the way they came down here. The fact that their body is so bloated with water means they've been floating through the water for a very long period of time. Which means either they were alive when they were floating, or they were dead while floating and then their necks snapped for some reason. This looks more organized than accidental.
And this is right near the river / lake, correct?
On the river bend, right about there.
Okay. Which way
think-
does the river flow? Left or right?
Towards the sea, so left.
This river flows to the left, correct.
Okay.
Towards the sea.
So wherever they came from would be to the east of here. if they're floating downriver and then dredging up onto the shoreline like this.
It looks like someone wanted to send a message of some kind, maybe.
You want to see what's upriver and see what's
No.
causing this, or
No, I don't.
because someone's killing innocent people? That's not good.
We don't know that they're innocent.
And
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna throw myself at the ground to hurt myself so I can get out of this cloud.
Sinclair, we have more pressing matters right now. It's unfortunate what's happening, but we do have portals to close and trees to save.
You can make yourself not a cloud. It just takes 1 minute, Sinclair.
Oh, it only takes a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're declouding right now?
Yeah, I want to use Speak with Dead to see why they're dead. Ask some questions. Because for all we know, there could be one of Trent's men out here doing this, for all we know. Or it could be the Bad Fae, or any number of things.
All right.
But at least we have information, and we know there's another group in the region. Maybe we can get information to them too.
So,
It's always good to share.
when you decloud, is anybody else declouding alongside him?
If I see Sinclair decloud, I'll decloud.
Sure, yeah.
I won't decloud yet. I'll just kind of hover, see what y'all are doing.
Rosca? To cloud
I am
or not to
spinning
cloud?
around them
Okay.
as a cloud.
Okay. So, as you three decloud, you land on the ground close to these water-soaked dead. And Sinclair, you reach down and flip it over where you see the jaw seems to be unhinging and closing slowly, and you see the familiar gaze of dead eyes flickering towards you as this creature is attempting to chew but seems to have no control over its body.
If they're in a state of undeath, would Speak with Dead still work or no?
Not when they're undead, no.
Okay. I'm going to mercy kill, and then put 2 coins over its eyes, and then Speak with Dead.
Are
my
all the
goddess-
bodies human?
None of the bodies are human.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. What race were they? I guess I didn't notice that.
A few bugbear, a couple of drow, a few goblins.
Okay, so it's a mix. Okay.
Just those 3, though.
So
It's a very short house mix.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mercy kill, because that is the way of the Queen of Ravens. Is undead like this need to be put to rest.
So, you end up stabbing them, mercy killing, right into the head, one by one. And then you wish to try to speak to them?
Yeah, so as I go around and put in the coins, I'm going to use my what is it called? Warlock invocations. Whispers of the Grave. Speak with dead at will. Which is this. So as long as their mouth is still intact, I can ask, I think it's 3 questions. They only know what they know when they were alive.
Alrighty. 10 minutes, 5 questions. What's your first question?
Whereabouts are y'all from?
So this is to the first one you're talking about.
Correct.
I am from Dumaran.
Is it Dumaron?
Dumaran.
Okay. How did you and the others meet your end?
I woke to a noise. Heard a weird voice. Then darkness.
What did the voice say before the darkness?
I did not understand.
The one that's answering the questions, what race is he?
Hobgoblin.
Do you have a god that you follow? And if so, what is their name?
The Luxin protects me. Luxin?
Is it Luxian?
Owen.
O-N.
Luxin.
What god is that, Joey? Would I need a religion check, or
Sure.
would my training at the Church of Vasselheim, I'd know that?
This would require a religion check.
Okay.
Could I do it as well? I imagine I might have heard something through the brothel.
Sure. Wait, you're proficient or at least half proficient?
In history?
Religion.
Oh, no.
Then no, you cannot.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm
Figured
gonna
I'd ask.
burn inspiration for this.
Sure.
15.
You've never heard of this religion before.
Okay. Are you all from the same community?
I do not know. That's question number 5. Then the jaw goes slack and the individual stops.
You said there's a bugbear, so I'll ask him the same first two questions.
Okay.
So-
Pretty much the same answer.
So Duramon woke up and heard voice from the darkness.
Yeah.
I'll ask him if he understood what the voice said.
He did not.
All right. What god protects him? Is it also Luxon? Or...
No, this individual says, I believe in no gods. They've done nothing but create destruction.
And then I'll ask it where Duramon resides in Zoros.
beneath the Penumbra Range, south end of the Wildwood. And ignore that little marker that you can obviously see on the map. Your characters have no idea where it would be in that vast forest.
Yeah. And then you said there was a goblin and another race, right?
Yeah.
Half-orc?
Yep.
Same question, basically.
Basically the same answers.
Okay, so none of the races understood the language.
Correct.
Basically, I just find out what gods they worship and then put
And-
the coins on them and send them off to the ferryman.
There's a menagerie of different religions that they all subscribe to.
Okay. Any religions that I'm not familiar with the names of?
Other than the one who said Luxon, and there was a few of them like that.
Okay. But yeah, I will cremate the remains and send them off with the coins to the ferryman
Alrighty.
so that they can be shipped to the plane that their god rules or to the plane of neutrality for those who don't have a god that they worship.
So, all of you heard this interaction.
Sounds like a mysterious individual that none of these races could understand slaughter their entire village. It sounds similar
Yes.
to what they were doing at the psychiatric ward in the Empire. I don't know if that
What
if it's
what psychiatric word?
Yeah, your character isn't really savvy to that.
we got that information.
No, we didn't. We found out that there was a person that worked at the sanatorium and they found an item and then moved to another town. That is all we
We were
told.
also told that there were experiments done on people there.
They said experiments done, but that doesn't this doesn't really look like experimentation. This more looks like slaughter and necromancy.
Well, the experiments with the serum and the race is necromancy too, is it not?
No, they just said experiment. They didn't give any more specifics.
I thought the Wraith program was necromancy as well.
They did not give you. Oh, that. But yeah, that's different situation altogether, though.
It could have been hags.
What's a hag?
It's one of the bad fae.
Or good fate, depending on how you look at it.
No.
Zurzar Cloud smirks.
Well, we can pass along this information to the authorities when we get to Asarius. Because we have no idea where this town is, other than it's somewhere in the Wildwood where we were suggested not to go and alongside of a mountain. There's a lot of area to cover in hostile territory.
Mm-hmm.
So
To be fair,
will-
we only know 4 places: this tree, Asarius, the lake, Charis, and then the
dragon
Dragonwood
area.
place.
And they did mention a new place, Uthadern. I don't think it's around here, though.
Uthadern's way up north. Uthadern's where Fordrum's from.
That is home.
I think you must be mistaking that with some other town.
I must be. I'm not from here, so you have to
Yeah.
forgive me.
Uthadern's way north outside of the Sorhas.
It's north of the Empire too.
Yeah.
It's above that.
But it is not a part of the
It's
Empire.
just
Correct.
No, it is not.
Ah, fantastic.
You may have been there because we did stop off there briefly during downtime.
I probably was not privy to that trip, but I will take your word for it.
That may be. So,
No,
All right.
remember when we killed the... Oh, no, that was at the end of that.
No, we did go to
That was
Uthadern
up
for
there.
killing the white dragon.
yeah, we did.
That was near Uthadern, yes.
Yeah, we would have passed through Earthader to get to the dragon.
Don't worry, guys. My other character, his home is also in Uthadern, so
Oh.
this tracks.
All right, so
But yeah, we can at least give the information to the authorities in Azarius, like
Yes.
you said.
let's carry on. Can we do Windwalk again, Capriccio, or are we walking?
You can do it again.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it lasted or if
Yeah,
coming
it's a
out
few
of it
hours.
breaks it.
No,
Oh,
you
okay.
can go back and forth.
Oh, we
handy.
can go back and forth?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, that is so nice.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to use it.
It's a phenomenally good spell.
All right, then I
Nice
will
spell slot.
concentrate for a minute and turn back into the wind. I am the wind.
Alrighty. So, you wind up, everybody, and you take off soaring again. Following Sinclair's tracks over towards Osarius, you fly high over this landscape for a period of time until you pick up that there's a clear-cut road. Now, do you want to enter into the city as very obvious clouds of wind, sentient
do
clouds
not.
of wind, or okay?
We do not want to draw
Mile
that
out.
much attention to it, so yeah, that's fine.
Mile out, we just walk the last mile.
I need to do one other thing before we land. Last night, Joey, while we were in the camp, I would have, or I need to, I could do it now too if you don't want to retro it. I need to do detect magic on the chair. I want to know exactly what it radiates from magic because I need to do a spell on it.
It radiates. Ooh.
Hmm. Tensor's floating disc is what? That's one of the spells on it.
Which was probably conjuration, but I don't know what all it does because it floating is probably the least of its abilities. I just don't know what they are.
So it's at least got conjuration from Tensors.
Yes.
Let me think.
Yeah.
Divination, evocation, transmutation.
All of them?
All three.
Okay. Then I am going to cast Nastil's magic aura on it.
Ooh.
Make it just come up as conjuration.
Yeah, basically. I just want to dampen down the magical output of it and just make it look like it's a floating chair and there's nothing else to it. Even if, as far as I know, that's all there is to it. I need to dig into this chair at some point.
Well,
I've
we know
never
it
done
connects
that.
to the
Yeah, and I
college.
have a feeling I need to go to the college to find out more.
Hmm.
Eventually.
Well, I did tell you that I would help you as best as I can.
Someday.
Alrighty.
And that was it. Then we'll walk in. I just don't. I have a feeling this will draw more attention than I want. So I don't want it to be completely obvious.
Well, at least I'm not having to hang on to the back end of your chair anymore.
That's true.
I have a more bounder.
Sinclair looks the most Jorhassian out of everybody right now. Actually,
all right, then we'll head
yeah.
into town.
So, as you are heading into this very, very large city, the first. Did you guys come through Zarzith Kittrell? I forget.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. The second major city you come across here in Jorhas just recently. At this point, it is nighttime for you all. And you see this very large, very beautiful looking here. Can you all see this?
Mm-mm.
No. Show it to players.
There you go.
Everyone. There we go.
Ooh,
There's the Moorbounder.
80.
This incredibly large den filled with all different kinds of goblinoids, gnolls, and dark elves, as well as many other walks of life that are easily distinguished. As you are looking at this incredibly massive cracked hillside that they seem to have built this incredible city into, you start seeing all of the outskirts of these tribal and nomadic individuals that seem to just have tents built out here. The amount of military strength that they are showing at this location is all inspiring. They have incredibly large constructed buildings and complexes that have to be utilized for some type of siege potential or maybe ballista usage. It's hard to discern. And the walls themselves are incredibly monstrous and large. As you are moving through, many individuals seem to be already winding down for the night. Just as many seem to be drinking incredibly heavily. Quite a few seem to be having a little watch of those that are traveling in off of this major roadway. Moving up the center, where you see that there's this check-in point to get into the city. You start to see individuals look at your group very carefully. You start feeling them eyeing you up and gauging you as either potential prey or a threat. The individuals seem to be very good at this, and quite a few of them seem to turn away from you after staring for a short period of time. However,
I feed the Moorbounder.
wait, where's the song? Where's the song? There's supposed to be a song playing right now, I'm sorry. Where'd it go, you stupid hoe? Yeah, let's just try that. There we go. Some of the individuals seem to see you not just as a threat, but potential marks, despite the fact that your group brings with it quite a bit of vibrato. One of the goblins wanders closely towards your little troop and walks down the side staring at you all and looking around all of your things. Not even trying to feign that they're checking out what you might have. You watch then as an Aasimar wanders over. These dark black painted under marks of their eye. Lips black as well with a little red dot on the bottom one. They stop, though.
Hello. I say in Celestial.
They spit on the ground. Probably not good to speak that tongue near me or others around here.
And what tongue would you like me to speak in?
It's common. Easy to know for everyone.
Oh, good, I know that one.
You all clearly aren't from around here.
No, we came through the dragonborn city of Zarzith Kittrell.
Ah. And where from
We went-
before then?
Nicodranas.
Hmm. You're beach boys then, huh?
We like fishing. That's why we just went fishing for a kraken in the lake.
Funny.
I pull out the kraken's tooth.
Okay.
Oh, here, look, a large fang from a beast. Cute. Which den are you here for? You're clearly not just common adventurers. You have to have some association.
Would you believe us?
Argan,
Oh, good.
Argan, what was Thea's last name?
I don't remember. Argan would probably remember his family association, but I don't remember without looking. I'd have to look it up.
Would you drop that information, Argan?
I would not.
Okay, then.
We're not associated with any of the particular dens. We have known people of different dens, but we're not working for any particular den.
The person has a little flick of their right lip upwards, doing their best to hide the breaching of a smile from that information.
We did, however, happen across some of your people down by the river that had been killed by some entity in the town of Durman.
All of my people are right back there. They point, and you see this very massive red tent that has probably good 30, 40 people, all of which look relatively as rough and tumble as this person.
They look friendly.
Are you a part of a den?
No.
Uh,
We're what we call around here wanderers. See, a lot of inspiring little tiny troops like yours, and as they say that, they kind of tiptoe their index and ring finger up your leg as you're sitting on top of your mount. Come out here thinking that they're hot shit.
I want to
Hey.
watch them to make
Ye-
sure they don't finger
like-
away the coin purse of Sinclair.
So they'll
if you'd like to
continue.
keep your hand,
They'll continue. And, of course, when they do that, they usually die. Painfully, cryptically sometimes, grotesquely often. And then us wanderers find their remains and sell what they lose. The person just tilts their head and looks at your bag.
and at this point, I just look down at him and I go, and if you wish to keep that hand of yours, I suggest you remove it from me.
They give a very wide smile at the threat, and you can see in their eyes a wanting for confrontation as well as a recognition of strength from the people backing you up. They remove their hand. Oh, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I figured I'd just let you know, since none of you have any idea what you're doing here.
If I may, then, you said that you like to pick the pieces of the dead people who are hot shit and sell them for a profit. Yes.
Yeah.
Does that mean we can expect your body out there at some point?
Darling, if I was going to die that easily, I would have. Going 112 years living out here, nomadically, no problem at all.
All it takes is one bad day.
Or one fight with us.
Come see me when you hit us in 1,000.
Look, we're not here to cause problems. We're here simply just to walk through and experience something new. I don't think any one of us here, besides you, of course, wants anything to start.
I plan on going down the Hollow Pass, so this is just a stepping stone before I go down that. See what
Oh.
other things I can fish up.
I apologize. I didn't mean disrespect in all of this. I wanted to be friendly. Give you fair warning of what's going on out here.
Oh, I appreciate the warning. And I hand him a gold piece.
They take the gold piece, pull open their cloak, and from underneath Sinclair, you see that they have quite a figure. Very feminine appearing figure. And very rough appearing exterior of their face and everything else. Thank you. Now,
I figure it's only polite to pay for information that is gained.
that is the hope, isn't it? Politeness is the best policy. So, let me ask this. You said you're just passing through here in Asarius?
That is correct. They wanted to stop in for some supplies, some
And you-
food.
Going down the
Fun.
hollowed path.
Yeah.
Oh. It's a very dangerous road.
So
There's a
I've been
lot of
told.
random obstacles that you have to deal with. Very specific traps laid out there, not just by individuals, but by beasts and monstrosities alike. If you'd be interested, I could ask one of my people, as you so gallantly put that, to follow you and help you get across. For a reasonable fee, of course.
Can I
Nah,
roll
we're
in-
good.
Can I roll insight? I know it's bullshit, but I just want to see, how much bullshit it is.
Sure, roll insight.
They just want to know where we're at when we die so they can get there to loot
Oh,
faster.
Oh,
that
Zurazar, these people are business people. It's a different type of business, of course, but they're business people. You can tell that out of everybody out here, a lot of people are looking at you as if you are prey. And that's reasonable given the state of this entire continent. At a moment's notice, you could just die. However, they look at you as not just prey, but opportunity. They clearly want to know where you'll be when you die, obviously.
Okay.
But they also want something and seem to be incapable of getting it themselves.
They want something.
And they seem to be incapable of getting it themselves, yeah.
You confuse me. I'll have to admit. You say you have 30 or 40 people. I imagine you could go the hollowed path on your own without any incident.
The hollowed path isn't the issue I have.
Really?
Is
What
it one of
is?
the monstrosities that you spoke of?
They wander back the little caravan you all have towards you, Zurazar. Yes, really. I have no care or want or gripe even with anything on that path. We've traveled it hundreds of times. Not a single issue for us, of course. And usually not for anybody who listens. However, I'd be lying if I didn't say I was looking for something in return.
Besides the obvious, the hopeful mindset that you could pick apart the corpse of ours if we were to die, if being a very strong word here, what is it that you want?
Well, it's good to have backup plans, isn't it?
Of course.
Our troop is no longer accepted into Asarius. We've done some things. We've screwed over people of power and pedigree. It was worth it, in my opinion. But now there's somebody who used to belong to my troop who's hiding in there. And
In
I'm
the city?
afraid they're going to be releasing some secrets I do not want released. So, it's quite simple. If you guys as capable as you all appear to be, can go into the city and find someone, either bring them out here to speak to me, or if you're a bit more brazen of adventurers, and they give you a very bloodthirsty look when they say that, Zubazar, you could handle it yourself. We'd be most appreciative and be more than happy to escort you across the barbed fields, no matter where you're going.
Secrets are best kept, aren't they not?
What sort of information are they wanting to disclose?
None of your business.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, you are asking us to go into a city where, if we kill the wrong people, then we know that at least dens will not be too appreciative, and we'll have targets on our backs. So I want to go into this knowing full well what we're getting ourselves into.
It's personal secrets dealing with my troop. You can understand wanting to keep your family safe, can't you?
Depends on the family.
I am minded of the old adage, silence is golden.
And family is key.
Yes.
Someone threatens family, they must be set straight in their ways.
And I don't like
However
having my
that may be.
family threatened.
I have no qualm with finding the individual and bringing them to you, whether it's through peaceful or not so peaceful methods, as long as you can guarantee our passage through the hollow path.
I can guarantee you direction through it, and us with you. At least a few of us. But this is a group effort type of thing. They are protected, and they are in the midst of one of the Olias. So,
Protected by who?
I just said the Olias.
The Elias. That
So
doesn't give me. That doesn't give me anything.
Is that a den?
Elias.
Yes, they are a den.
Ah,
Ah, okay, there we go.
If we do this, I think just you leading us will be enough.
Just me. I'd
Well-
be
Well-
bringing somebody else with me, of course, for my own safety.
Oh, you'll be completely safe with us.
No, I'll be bringing someone of my family. We trust
well, that's
them.
fine. You seem trustworthy enough that I'd allow you to bring another to guarantee your own safety, because we'll eventually end up parting ways once we reach the end of the hollow path.
Of course. Business is strictly transactional, after all.
Correct. And of course, you know,
When it's done, it's done.
exactly, Roscoe. You said it the best way possible.
My only concern is your fairy and your giant seem to be a little silent right now.
I'm not sure why we've decided to become for-hire kidnappers. I really have better things to do with my time.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm not sure this concerns us.
And they plan on being a guide for us. I don't see why not. Their family's being threatened by an individual.
I got the impression that their family left them to go to the other side.
They're traitors.
Yeah,
Is what
so
they are.
the family. So we're kidnapping someone. You can't think of this as a rescue. It's not a rescue. It's a kidnapping.
No.
No.
It's protecting this person's family from a traitor who is going to sell them out.
It's kidnapping.
Yeah, man.
You're going to abduct this other person for this
Yeah.
family when you know nothing about either side of these families
That's
as
correct.
to why you would pick a side between them.
I do
You,
want
you have a grasp of the situation.
Yes, I do. I just don't understand why we're doing this.
Brusky
I-
is
and
not
we're picking a
delusional.
fight with a
He
lich.
knows.
is if I were to turn around, is my back to this person?
If you were to turn around, your back would be to the person, but you wouldn't have anything to put your back up against. You're like in this wide open area, traveling up a path towards that entryway.
Oh, I'm aware. I just more just like where Argon is, or either it doesn't matter if Argon or Capriccio. I just want to make sure that she can't see when I'm. I just don't want her to see my lips.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Argon, you should be used to us wanting to protect other people's family. We did it for Mrs. Marbles. We've done it for Fordrum. We've done it for my people. We're doing it for your mom.
Yeah, but
Yes, innocent, good people. We don't know these people. We don't know if
And
they're
we don't
any.
know that they're not innocent and good.
Capriccio, it's a job opportunity, and we need to fulfill it. And then after that,
No, I don't need to fulfill it.
he does mouth something to Capriccio, and it just mouths, "This isn't our business," and he kind of gives a wink and then turns back around towards the lady.
I have no idea what that means. I also can't read lips.
Ah, damn. Oh.
Yeah, of course not.
They're not observant.
Nope.
How about
Capriccio's very observant. He's got the highest, I think, of the group.
What were you
Maybe
saying,
Zurazar
Zurazar?
does. I don't know.
What are you saying?
give us time to discuss it. It's not a bad.
If you all decide on taking my offer, we'll be out here. Come
The
back.
red tent.
The red tent. Come back. We'll give you the information needed. And then, once you fulfill your end, we'd be happy to fulfill ours.
Very well.
And before you think yourselves some type of badasses, the bobbed fields are inhospitable if you don't know the path. One wrong step will lead you into a world of pain from eldritch horrors and the like.
Oh, we just left there.
This is true. We did just leave that kind of.
We didn't leave the barbed fields.
No,
No,
territory
the
was
eldritch
Eldritch
horrors.
Horrors.
Oh,
Good to know.
Being on good terms with a guide is beneficial since our other guide basically only gave us a map.
And
but the other person wasn't a guide.
They were
Also-
a druid.
While we've been talking to this person, I would like to use Insightful Manipulator on this person in front of me.
what three things?
I want to know their intelligence score.
In relation to yours, correct?
Correct.
What is yours?
16.
They are equals.
Ooh. Wisdom.
What is yours?
16.
They are superior.
Ooh, okay. And then class level.
You are 13?
15.
15.
15. They are weaker.
Good to know.
And while this conversation is going on, good question about the passives. Capriccio is 20, right?
Yeah, Capriccio does have the
Yes.
highest.
So,
Mhm.
and just as a sign of good faith, the individual draws out a curved, serrated edged dagger, spins it around one time, and tosses it right past your face, Sinclair, where it lodges into something directly beside you that then becomes visible and drops to the ground. You see that it was a goblin.
That's where the little bugger went off to.
We wouldn't want anything to happen to your belongings. If you all die out there, I'd rather them go to me. They just give you a smile.
Fair enough. And when I die, my stuff is open for whoever can grab it.
As is everybody's.
Can't take it with you in afterlife.
Ain't that the truth? Anyways, so long.
Hopefully we can find your traitor.
They go over and they pick up the dead goblin and just drag them over to the red tent.
When she's far enough away.
They.
Sorry. When they are far enough away, Zora will say, I'm in complete agreement with Argon.
She's a Spitfire. Or they were a Spitfire. I like
Yeah.
that.
As entertaining as the idea of doing something that's honestly doing a bit of unsavory things every so often, we don't really have time.
Well, my
But if
problem
they're
is,
like on the way and we just happen to run into them,
I don't think any of us know a whole lot about the politics of this area, but we do know the Dens are in charge of the area, and if this person is being held by the Dens, that basically means we're talking about breaking someone out of jail. That
And
we
not only that,
Don't know for no reason other than to supposedly get a guide out to the barred fields.
that's a better deal than most of my jailbreaks have been.
And on top of that as well, we're looking at one of the first things we were told not to do going in here, and that's to piss off someone that can royally fuck us over in the future.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd rather
we're
not
already
have their
royally
government
screwed
against
right
us.
now. Either way.
Well, but there's no reason to make the government of Zorhas want to kill us when the government of the other place already wants to kill us.
Why are we
but-
royally screwed right now?
We're fighting a lich that can't die right now.
Correct,
And he's
but
sending his serum-infested monstrosities towards us.
we only have one person to worry about right now. If we do this, then we have two
But we
organizations. to worry about.
could negotiate because we do have information that they do want.
We are not giving any information. We are not getting involved in the political battle between Zorhas and their enemy. That is
Why not? We're already against the Empire.
But that is not a freaking ball we want to open right now. We've
Yeah,
got
maybe
other
later.
things that we're involved in.
But if we
Maybe
can get,
later
we
once
already
we
got
take
the
a few
church.
things off the plate there.
Yeah, we've already got the church and Wildmount.
Yes, but that's what we're not out here doing. We're out here for the trees.
Yes, but keeping him off of our ass by having another enemy go against him with more fervor.
You're misunderstanding. If you want, so let me make sure I'm getting what you're saying correct. You think that we could make the red tent people enemies of a lich?
No.
No. The dens of Jorhas.
That would require so much time and effort to make that a thing. By the time we're finished, he would probably be finished with what he's doing, or that he's wanting to do. We need to look. We need to look at this realistically. We are on a clock.
Yes, and having a experienced, traveler of the Hollow Path and the Barred Fields is beneficial to us.
I thought
Yeah.
we were going to fly over.
Even if we needed a scout, I could probably buy one cheaper than pissing off the leaders of this town with a kidnapping.
Well, I don't think they said that the leaders have him yet. I think that the plan was just that he would go to the leaders.
My impression was that they already had it.
Argon, you might want to think about using your eye drops again, though.
Yeah, I don't have that prepared.
Oh, great! Because we have invisible goblins sneaking up on us. I just hope we don't lose our stuff trying to make it into the city.
Yeah, you're assuming that invisible goblin wasn't a plant to try and sell you on their helpfulness.
Yeah, that'd be a good plant though. The goblin did die.
You assuming that they didn't just pay some random goblin they don't care about and murder them. These are the helpful family or the good family you all want to help with a kidnapping, Sinclair.
Again,
Okay, I was kind of BSing when I said
No,
that.
I'm not including you in that, Zurazar. You've already said you're not agreeing.
I was playing a part, and unfortunately, for a good chunk of you, I'm very good at that part, especially in an area where that part is quite front and center.
Well, I suggest we move towards the gate to get away from those that live outside the gate. If we're
That's
going to
fine.
buy meat and whatnot,
Maybe a couple potions.
yeah, we could buy a couple potions. And if we happen to see an Azamar in town, We were told that they're the only Azamar that would be in town, so
Well, they seem to be talking to more people. I'm curious. I wonder if this is just some... It'd be
Crap.
quite... more... trying to think of the best way to phrase this. Call it a trial run. If this person's trying to hire multiple people to do this, and if multiple people come into the same place to take the same person, what do you think's going to happen?
Something
Chaos.
fun.
Chaos. And chaos is quite fun, but normally that chaos would more than likely expand far beyond our wanted reach.
well, my only thing is if he is telling the truth about how his family is in danger, it is my prerogative to try to save families.
You have no idea of what he considers danger. If the danger is they're all going to get arrested because they're doing a bunch of illegal shit, then I don't think it matters.
I don't think arrests happen here. I think just killing happens here.
Well, Sinclair should be all for that because that's the way his homeland is too. So, and he stood up for that the whole time we were there. So,
Corporal punishment is a viable way to curb crime.
see,
I am an
You steal, you lose a hand.
well, that if you steal and you lose a hand, that just means you got caught, which means you aren't a very good thief.
You lie, you lose your tongue.
If you can get away with it, then you still have your tongue.
And really, that part of it would solve everything.
I feel like this world would be given a heavy disservice if I lost my tongue.
we
But
don't
besides the
have
point-
enough information to be worth risking pissing off the dens.
And not only that,
We don't know
even-
much about the dens is the issue, and the only den that we have any reference to is the den that Theo belonged to.
Here's the thing as well that I'm sure some of you have already kind of taken into account. We're hearing one side. This person could have information about them that actually could be worse, worse that we know of them than they've let on. And this person could actually be trying to make amends. Who knows?
Well,
It doesn't matter to me in the slightest. The fact of the matter is, if we involve ourselves in this, we involve ourselves in a separate situation that will come back and bite us in the middle of a lich already trying to kill us.
I'm just saying the quickest way to get to the tree safely would be
Fine.
beneficial to have a guide. Whether that's to get more knowledge of the areas we're going to be traveling through as clouds or on foot.
What if we just do the cloud thing, we land, and then we immediately go into a mansion for the night?
Here's the thing. What if there is an area of wild magic that we're not familiar with, and all of a sudden we can't use magic?
Then
You're-
we deal with that as it comes
I'm
up.
sure that while we're in town, we could probably just ask some general questions. about
You're
the
also
past.
assuming that this person is telling the truth about knowing the barbed fields,
Exactly.
which is a big assumption.
They can even if they did, that's not. We have to again assume that they're going to kick us into the nearest nest of monsters, hope they kill us, and then pick our corpses clean.
Well, did you sense any deception behind their words? You
Oh,
are
they
the
were-
master of deception.
I wouldn't. I appreciate that. That definitely strokes my ego quite a lot.
Oh,
They
Jesus,
were
it's
actually.
getting bigger.
They were ironically. They were ironically enough telling the truth. However, just because someone's telling the truth doesn't mean they're telling the whole truth. They can be telling enough to where it seems like they are. There are more. I believe there's more that they are not saying about both the hollowed path and the barbed fields, but I think that's because they want to keep it to themselves.
Well, they want payment, and their form of payment is to get the person putting their family at risk.
Realistically, their payment is us wanting to assassinate someone. I'm going to destroy that.
Oh, I didn't say I was going to kill him. I'll
This isn't-
bring him over to them, and they can sort it out themselves.
If you us bringing him to them, they're going to kill him. No matter which way you look at it, this is we're aiding in an assassination, no matter what.
Yes.
Either we're the ones doing it, or they are. And I'll be quite honest with you. As fun as it would be to sneak through a place and to take someone out without anyone knowing, or making sure there's no one to see, we need to go about this in a way that's... We can't just make enemies immediately once we get into this sort of place, where everyone wants a reason to make enemies.
All I know is if another freaking goblin tries to steal from me,
Kill them.
yes.
I'll shove him up his own ass. I've said it before.
I'm fairly certain that you can probably kill a goblin right here and now, and a guard will just walk by and give you a high five.
Nice.
Well, we should get some information about these dens if we're going to be in the center city. And we still need to inform the authorities about the mass murder that's going on.
Yes.
I feel like 8 Ways to Sunday, our best path is going into the city and not just standing dickless outside.
Oh, I figured you guys
We're
were like
still in
wandering
line.
up there.
Yeah.
To be
Okay.
fair, Sinclair, those authorities you want to notify are the dens.
That's true.
So
Okay, what den was Theo from? That way we can give it to the
He
authority
is-
that we have at least a tie.
he is not from the he is not from the den that is leading this town.
Okay, but he is from a den that
Yes,
is...
but not every den is present in every city.
Not real. This entire town's giving me cyberpunk vibes to where Corpos are just trying to take over.
I'm trying to make sure like the city feels,
Yeah.
you know, anxious for you guys.
No, that's good though. I like that vibe. They're just like kind of like because of the dens I'm just seeing as Corpos, and they're just trying to fuck each other over, and I love it.
The little I know,
That's
Sinclair,
not-
they are not a centralized government. It's not like every den has visible representatives in every town. I'm sure there are members of his den in this town, but they're probably not out in the open about it.
What den was he from?
Thalos.
Yes. I didn't
Did
want to
he
say
ever
it out
say-
loud until
No.
you reminded.
Yeah, I know it.
Did he ever say what town he was actually from?
He did.
Yeah, and I know what town he's from, but
Are you going to tell Sinclair?
no, because if I tell Sinclair, he's gonna blurt it out in the middle of the town.
No, I won't.
Also, Joey,
History proves otherwise, Sinclair.
No, like you say his people aren't from Asaria, so why would I?
Because you always tell everybody everything they don't need to know. So
Or anything you just happened to learn like 10 minutes ago.
yeah,
No, if I'm going to say anything that y'all might want to worry about, it's me telling the people here in power about the lich that can't die,
I mean, you
runs
said,
the empire.
let me rephrase my sentiment. I am afraid of you ever opening your mouth in front of anybody that may have authority or power
Not necessarily here, just anywhere.
anywhere, regardless of where we at. I'm
Okay.
afraid when you talk to the Lady of Whitestone. I'm afraid when you talk to anybody of any kind of power.
We're afraid of you talking to the Postmaster General.
The mailman?
Yeah, I have no idea who you're going to tell what wrong secret to. So,
Here's a simple way. Zurzar, you wanted to teach me how to work with contracts, right?
yes.
So, I pull out one of my modest charm contracts and show it to you.
What is this?
So, by paying 25 gold, the party that grants the boon will receive the gold. I don't get the gold. But it makes you more charismatic, but not as intimidating. You would gain essentially advantage on persuasion and deception checks for the next 24 hours. If you want to be the one that speaks while we're in this town, it would be beneficial to you, and Argon gets some peace of mind that I can just not open my mouth.
May I point this out? Good, appreciate it.
I thought we were just getting supplies and then leaving.
That's
We can
my,
do other things.
That's my thought
We
process.
still
We
need
don't
to get
have
information
to.
about the path that we're going to travel. Going in blind is a terrible idea.
Also, not being intimidating in a city like this is.
Well, it has
also-
no negative effect. It just has no positive effect.
I don't disagree that finding information out about the Barb Fields is a good idea. I agree that someone should go out and see what they can find out about the Barb Fields. And I don't, Sinclair or Zurzar are probably the best to do that from a skill standpoint.
I don't do learning too good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for 25 gold, I can aid you in doing this, but I don't know how to make it beneficial for me, just beneficial for Argon's peace of mind.
So is this me paying you 25 gold, or is this you paying 25 gold?
You.
You want me to pay money for a contract?
For the boon that can get us more information, I think it'd be a worthwhile investment, wouldn't
This
you?
feels like you saying that you don't trust my abilities already.
Hey.
I just want to enhance your abilities.
Nebraska.
Make it better of a
Yeah.
deal for us when we get the information. Maybe we get more information.
Don't look, but that fur book is staring at you. The orange one.
Rosca, charisma saving throw not to look.
I don't get anything out of it.
Congratulations, you don't look if you choose to.
Okay.
You
Like
would
what
get the
kind of
benefit of really fucking someone over if you so choose, whether it be through deception or through charm.
It's just a
You
one-time
just won't be
use.
able to terrify them because it doesn't give you any kind of benefit for that.
It's for the
Right.
duration of the day.
Yeah, it's 24 hours is the duration.
No, I meant like what if you use this contract? Is it done after the day? You can't use it anymore.
It's his racial
we-
feature. He can
yeah,
do this
it-
every day.
Yeah, it's a contract that you can sign every day. It's just the payment has to be done every day. if
I
you
will
want it.
I will consider it, not right now, mainly because I truly think that a form of intimidation in this town will actually do us some good.
Well, I could do that one by itself, and that would be 50. But that would be with the blackened eyes.
Again, let's hold off for the time being. It's smart, but let's only use it if we feel like it's not going in our favor. Again, we're strangers.
Well, it's something you would need to do prior to your conversation. It's not something you could just do willy-nilly, like
I'm not going to open a
spells
contract
that
and then
can grant you, magical boons to things. It's literally you sign a contract and you become the bravado of the town.
I think my only worry with this is that we are strangers here. It's not a bad idea, and I more than likely will do it, but we're going to be looked at with a closer eye no matter what.
Yeah, I'm just saying that our normal means of helping each other out, though, won't be as viable in a city when all eyes are on us. If Argon wants peace of mind, me not speaking would benefit Argon, and by helping you through this, it would not only help us navigate more politically correct.
With the intimidation one, is that intimidation and the person and the
No,
charisma, or is it
just
one or the other?
intimidation. So, modest charm is persuasion and deception. Blackened eyes is intimidation.
Hmm.
And then there's charm master's mind, which only works for individuals that are trying to charm you. So it basically enhances your ability versus being charmed. Not as beneficial, but it's a lot more expensive, and I haven't really seen a reason to use it. Guess maybe if you're in a succubus den, but it'd be beneficial. But
I mean, being in a succubus den isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I can think of a lot worse.
true. But if you think intimidation would be better, it's just a bit more expensive.
I'll tell you what. I'll do the persuasion one. Before I do it, though, who here is besides Braska? Because Braska, come on. Who here is really good at scaring people?
Me?
Are you good with intimidating people?
If they're of the dragon variety, yes. And if they're not, then yes.
Are you willing to be a bit
I
scary?
kill and eat people.
Are you willing to be a bit scary if I were to ask you to be?
Sure.
Fantastic. Give me the persuasion one.
Right.
So, you pull out your contract, and because I believe Zuazar, you would read this through and through, investigating it very carefully.
Absolutely.
This does appear to be a contract with fiendish origin, but everything he is telling you is 100% correct. It would allow you to gain the benefit of certain fiends for 24 hours at the cost of fiscal gold and nothing else.
So there's nothing here where it says my soul is forfeits.
It has
Because of my celestial
Yes, it has.
path, I fix that part of the deal.
It has room for something like that to clearly be implemented, but it seems to have been written out by the contract writer, Sinclair.
I found a way to steal from the devils and legally do so.
Let me ask you this. Why didn't you tell me this before?
I
He
tried.
has. He's suggested this to you multiple times, and you've always said no.
Because I hear fiend, and I initially go, I don't want to sell my soul to fiends.
You do know I am 1/3 fiend, 1/3 celestial, 1/3 lizard, right?
That's a weird fucking mix, man.
Well, when you fall in the river Styx and you get torn asunder and two halves put you back together,
How many parents do you have?
Yeah, do you have like 4?
one pair and 2 gods.
Are there
One just happens to be a double.
Are one of them step parents?
No, I was originally a lizard folk. I fell in the river Styx.
I'm fucking with you, Sinclair.
So, who did the finishing blow to the creature
Me.
again?
The Kraken?
Yes,
Me.
Sinclair.
Sinclair. Well, Sinclair, congratulations. You get another Ruka inspiration. Thank you, Ruka.
Ooh, thank you, Ruka.
Yeah, give an inspo to the one person who got to do the coolest thing last session.
Oh, actually, you know what? When I'm reading this contract, I will take a moment to make sure that I remember Sinclair's handwriting, and then I will.
Oh yeah, of course.
You'll notice that it has a celestial nature to the script, even though it's worded like fiends would. And they are legal lawyers.
Cool.
It is calligraphy like celestial. So
Yes.
But when you look deep down into it, it's like, wait a minute. If you look closely, it's like one of those really hard metal like album cover titles. Wait a second.
It's like Nirvana.
anyways,
Yeah,
now
I will take out the 25 gold, and it's like, do I just put it on the contract? What do I do?
So for the next 24 hours, you have advantage on persuasion and deception.
So, what you do is you put the gold into Sinclair's hand, and you watch as a tiny impish hand grows out from his wrist, takes the gold, and then disappears.
You're really fucking weird, man.
I'm just
are you
glad all
just
the
noticing?
souls are out of me.
No, he was already weird before, but it's a new level when I just see a hand coming out of his wrist.
So-
you know.
Braska,
Yeah.
as you were talking with Capriccio in the chat right now, he points out to you that there's that orange-haired furbolg who seems to be looking at you from afar questioningly. And when you look over at him, you two lock eyes, and there's a mutual respect that you can feel emanating from the person as he's looking at you. He lifts up this very hefty, bone-wrecked looking great axe, placing it over his shoulder, and just gives you a single nod.
I return it.
Then he heads back into the big red tent. And this is where we're going to call break. We'll be right back.
All right.
I'll be back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I hope you all had a good break. Before we jump back in the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in joining our community or becoming a member of any of our games, you could do that either through our Patreon or by becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some really cool emotes. If you're interested in any of our games, however, we do have open slots right now. Inside of our Friday Early, which will be a brand new campaign based around whatever the player's preference is, and many of our open worlds that we have at our disposal, or we have a continuation slot for our Daddy Issues, or, what's it currently being called? Bad Religion campaign, depending how you want to look at it. That's our Sunday Early, so if you're interested in any of that, be sure to reach out, let me know. So, after you size up the individual, Braska, and you're about to turn to your allies, you all get whistled at very loudly as there appears to be some type of guard standing in front of you, looking at your cart. Or sorry, not your cart, looking at all of you.
I say cart.
I was
What
going to
cart?
say, how did we get a cart here as clouds?
Broska's so big, he's just a cart.
The individual looks around at all of you, looks over back at the wall nearest to him, then back over at you all. He approaches over towards you, Argon, and looks down at your chair.
Can I help you?
I've been notified you have strange magic on that.
But it's a floating chair. So yes.
He walks around it a couple of times. Huh. Any reason?
He's physically challenged.
I'm lazy. It looks impressive.
Deception check, Sinclair.
No, that's actually true. I watched him try to playing the barbarian.
That does not make me physically challenged.
Nah, I'm glad I took that contract.
The guy walks. Actually, I have to roll for him. 12's still really good. Okay, with his wisdom score being a 0, he does beat you out.
Oh, no.
Just barely. Just barely. He walks over towards you, Sinclair, as you say that, and leans down closely. Fancy yourself funny?
No, I've just seen him try to fight someone with his fist. He is physically challenged.
My cousin doesn't have any legs, but I bet he'd still kick your ass.
I apologize for my associate here. He believes jokes are a good way of introducing himself, but sometimes it doesn't go the way he wished. She said, "Hi, Kresic. It's a pleasure to meet you."
The individual, are you like sticking your hand out?
No.
Okay. He turns to look at you as you say that and wanders around in a circle.
Though,
What's your business here?
simply passing through. We need to gather some supplies before we make our way forward, and this was the closest city, so we decided we want to come through. And it is true. He does need that chair to move around.
He looks at the chair. Then he looks over at you, Argon. Taps his hand on the chair once. Your beast is gonna have to get checked in.
Oh, that's fine
Only
already.
those
What'd I
of the
do?
den are allowed to. As you say that, Braska, he looks at you and you notice very quickly he reaches with a scared look in his eye over towards his blade, but then relaxes when there's a flicker of light across Braska. Everybody with your high perception, so not Argon, notices that. Actually, not Braska.
A light over Braska or a light over...
Like a torch light flickers over him, then the guy relaxes. Funny. Yeah. You're gonna have to check in your moorbounder when you get inside.
Oh, okay.
Are they going to feed him?
Of course they are.
Okay.
So, you're all welcome to Asarius. Keep your noses clean. I don't want to have to clean you off any walls later tonight.
If oh, go ahead, Sinclair. I think I was going to say the same thing you were, so go ahead.
We came from Zarzeth Kittrell, and on our path we came across the river just south of here, and some of the people that reside here in Jorhas were killed by an entity out in Doramon and had floated downriver, and they were undead. I thought it pertinent to inform the guard here of what we discovered.
Bring it up to one of the dens. It ain't none of my business.
Okay, any particular den that deals with that territory?
Elias deals with everything in here. You bring it up to them. That's their business, their prerogative, not mine.
All right, I appreciate.
He nods at you.
I get off the moorbounder.
Alrighty. Well then. He nods a couple of times and then just walks away.
Did it seem like his entire posture and sort of authority changed after that flash on Braska?
Yeah.
He did seem to take a little bit more of a relaxed position after that, but the moment he looked at Braska, he looked scared until the light flickered across him for some reason.
What race was he? The guard?
The guard? Orc?
Yeah. Are bugbears stronger than orcs?
Braska's not a bugbear.
Where did that light come
He's
from?
not?
No.
Oh, he's a furball. That's right.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
I'm sorry. Very hairy humanoid.
Racist.
Wow.
Did we see
Just
where the
because you
light
don't
came...
grow hair.
Did we see where the light came from?
Yeah, it was just the flickering of a torchlight from somebody passing by.
Oh.
Yeah, very normal thing.
All right, let's head in then. Best behaviors, everyone. Smiles.
Braska, as you're passing through the gates, you get this creepy feeling in the back of your head like you're being watched. And then, once you're through the gates themselves and you're getting ushered away by the guards, you look back and you see that orange-haired individual kind of just give a smirk over in your direction before slipping away.
I'm narrowing my eyes, just keeping an eye out for them now.
Okay. They seem to
Maybe
be on
he's
the other
into you?
side of the gate.
Maybe he's into you?
Maybe.
What was that?
Oh, there's this other furball. Give me the stink eye.
What do they look like?
Hairy and
Orange
orange.
hair.
Wasn't that the one by the other tent?
Yeah.
Ah, great. Looks like they wanted to send a feeler out for us.
So you think there are to be two then?
It's either two or they want to make sure that we don't say anything, because realistically, they did say more than they should have.
True, we could literally give that information to the wrong party, and then their whole operation goes to kaput.
Consider us a loose end, at least for now.
Yeah. And who knows? They may be a member of the Slayer's Cake or Take.
I highly doubt that, but that's very optimistic thinking.
Well, you never know.
And there's
It does have a kill count going.
if there is a Slayer's Cake in this city, I don't know. I'll get shit faced. How about that? I completely doubt it, though.
I've got my membership card ready just in case.
2
I
more
believe
visits
it.
and you get a free Bahamut Claw.
I believe the only one's in Whitestone, isn't it?
That's the only one you're aware of, yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be the Slayer's Take, the mercenary organization. They do have offices elsewhere.
Was that what? Was there one in Iman?
There is one in Vasselheim.
There was not one in Iman. No, there's the Slayer's Take in Vasselheim, not the Slayer's Cake. Alrighty.
But,
Where'd you
this is
first?
conjecture. So
Where are we headed to first?
What time of day is it?
Evening. Dust settled maybe an hour or so ago. Now, all of your sleep schedules are kind of fucked because Kraken fight. But you could rest if you wanted to, or you could stay up a little longer if you wanted to, whatever it is you desire.
should we go find this den that runs the city and report what we found?
We can do that on our way out, can't we?
I have a feeling the dens don't have like an office you can go to. It's probably something you're going to have to ask around about and say, that you have something you want to report to them about things you saw and, who would I talk to kind of thing.
Mm.
I don't think you're going to walk through the town and find a consulate or like a city hall kind of thing. At least not that would be noticeable to us, is the impression I get. But I'm spitballing this because Argon's never been here. He just, based off how cagey Theo was at times.
Well, we definitely need to get meat for the road, and we need to get information. So I think finding someone that is affiliated with the den would be beneficial as far as giving the information, and maybe they can point us in the direction of someone who might know of the Hollow Path or the Barred Fields.
Seems reasonable. So, I don't know. Maybe we go find a tavern and an inn where we can stay for the night and use that as our base of operations to find information out.
Sure.
Alrighty. It's decided then. You all walk through these massive gates and you hear somebody else struggling to get in through the guard who seems to be, was trying to smuggle something in, but there always seems to be something going on in this city, just randomly. You're not even quite sure what it is or why. It's just like the city breathes just dishonesty. But as you are moving through, you look around at this admittedly well-fortified location, and that is the best way to describe it. Asaria seems to have a tremendous amount of military presence here, as well as their common guard and folk all look ready for a fight in case it were to happen. Not a single citizen within this unruly city appears to have any amount of shyness when it comes to them or lack of knowledge on handling themselves and their own personal businesses. Moving through, you look at many of these buildings, stone-formed and structured, all of which have spikes on the outside to fortify them if anybody were to incur into the city. Surprisingly, though, they seem to be spikes aimed at the east as well as the west around buildings. This lower-end district, there's quite a few people sleeping out on the streets very openly. This city does not shy away from its homelessness problem, but well, it seems like they don't shy away from much of anything around here. As you are wandering through, you see that there's this very loud tavern up ahead. There's smashing of glasses and of different types of fine glass inside of the establishment. It seems to be packed nearly to the brim with individuals, and outside of it, there's a couple of guards that seem to really not give a damn about anything happening inside, so long as, no one's dying. And just a very loud atmosphere and energy coming from inside.
I think we found the tavern.
It would appear that way.
So, you all go inside of the tavern, immediately picking up the very loud energy coming from inside of here. As soon as you start stepping through, people are already shoving one another around, yelling very loudly. You watch as a halfling is thrown across the entire room, just screaming at the top of their lungs as other people cheer gleefully. And you look over at this dartboard that apparently the halfling had left a mark from his back against the center of it, and somebody landed a bullseye.
Halfling darts, huh?
Yeah. Brosco, you would be aware that this game is called Wii Ball. Or Wii Bowling, if you prefer.
I know a good trick for it.
Somebody bumps into you, Brosca, and immediately turns around, "Hey, fuck off!" and slams his fist into your chest.
Oh, we're doing that. Cool. And I just punch him in the face.
As he was recoiling in shock from the pain his fist just experienced, you knock him clean on his ass. Give me an athletics check, please.
Was he holding a drink?
He was, yes.
I'm gonna
Sleight of hand.
Well, it yeah, fuck it, why not?
Jesus.
I like to imagine like us flying. He just
Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Damn it.
it's a really intense bar fight.
So, Brosca, as 32, that's beautiful. Oh wait, that's the sleight of hand. Sorry, 17's still good. Don't worry. As the individual was recoiling backwards, everyone watches as your fist connects with the person, lifts him off of his feet, and he slams his back on the table. Immediately, three very large individuals are standing up as Zubazar, you very quickly swiped the drink out of the individual's hand before he fell with it. And the three people look at you, Brosca, and they all have a look of recognition in their eyes before they back away from you.
I love this town.
I'll snip the drink.
Does
What's this?
a light appear again? Or no?
Generic ale. Wait, that's light ale.
Oh,
He was a lightweight.
Bunch of pussies. He just throws the mug over his shoulder.
The guy scurries and just runs out of here. Blood trailing underneath him, of course, from the broken, shattered nose. The barkeep looks over at you. Hey, big fuck.
Yeah?
You break a table, you buy it.
It's mostly fine, right?
The table's a little bit more wobbly, but it could have just been that wobbly. You don't know.
Eh.
Just warning. You break a table, you fucking pay for it.
Fair enough.
Thanks. Then he just goes back to cleaning the bar. Zurazar, you've been in a few rough places in your life. Well, rough by your prestigious upbringing standards. This place seems to take the cake.
I go up to the bartender and go, "Can I get 4 of your strongest ales and then something that's not alcoholic for myself?"
If
Not
you're sure-
alcohol, so like a light beer.
Oh, my fucking-
No, I don't
Basically.
drink at all.
Wait, don't drink. So, you want food? I have beef. I can just put beef in a
Ooh.
bowl and give it to you.
Ooh.
We would like 2 big bowls of beef and drinks
Yeah.
for the 4 of them, and
All
if
right.
you have water or milk for me.
Water. Oh, you said you didn't. I didn't. Okay, you want watered down ale. Okay, yeah, that's what light is.
No.
Wait.
I
Water
don't
down the
drink
light
ale.
for 'em.
I'm a man of the cloth.
Man of. I mean, thanks for wearing pants. I don't.
I'm not wearing pads.
I'd appreciate if you wore pants.
Oh, Capriccio.
What?
This reminds me of some of the first shitty taverns we went into. Do you want to steal
Oh,
their socks?
I found it.
Yeah.
The individual just like scratches his head. So,
Do you have beef broth?
beef broth. No, we have beef. Like, shit from a cow grounded up that you probably don't want to know exactly what it is. But it's beef.
I've eaten Kraken. Can't be any worse than Kraken.
Bless you. So, what you're saying is you want a light ale hold the ale.
Correct.
Weird fucking people, man. And
I
he
know.
he goes to the back and you see he's questioning dipping his cup into like dishwater. But instead like goes out back and then comes back with relatively clear looking water, and everybody else you get a stout ale.
Can I'm this is just burning curiosity on Zerazar's part. I want to use my insightful manipulator on this guy. Just see if he's playing dumb. I'm curious.
So what 3?
Let's do intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Just all 3.
Intelligence, he is lesser than you.
Oh no.
Charisma, he is lesser than you.
That okay.
Wisdom, he is lesser than you.
Okay, so he's just dumb. Got it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you're exceptional. But yeah, okay. That's
Well, I mean, like, is he? Oh, well, it's superior, inferior. But
yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying lesser or greater. It's the same.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I
Just
didn't
not
know.
the severity of how lesser.
Okay, that's kind of what I was just making sure.
Yeah, regular people are 10s across the board. That's it.
8 across the board for commoners. If you are
8?
professional, then you get 10 for a baseline professional, and then depending how skilled you are in that, you go up to 12, 14, 16 would be like a very well-aged blacksmith.
Yeah.
For strength.
-1s across the board.
That's common.
rough.
Common people ain't good at shit.
I'll sniff the ale again. Does it smell light again?
Oh no, this ale smells like actual ale.
Okay, that's good at least.
I'm already on my second.
So, what's our play here? Are we just here for the night?
I'm here for the beef bowl.
I would like to go through the bazaar briefly in the morning just to look for a few odds and ends. Other than that, I think the only other thing we're really here is to see if we can get information about what to expect as we head towards the barn fields.
Right, but I mean, are we going to be doing that now, or are we going to be waiting till tomorrow?
I guess I don't know. I guess we could do it either way.
Mr.
You're probably
Bartender?
better at knowing that than I am on the timing of that.
Mr. Bartender, do you got rooms available?
Yeah, 5 silver a room per night.
And when does the bazaar close?
The what?
Y'all have a market, right?
Yeah, we got market.
When does that normally close?
Whenever people stop buying shit. Usually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, by now it's probably pretty done.
Okay.
But if you yell loudly enough, usually they answer. They're trying to sleep and shit though, so good
Mm.
luck.
Well, here's money for the food, the drinks, and a room, please.
1 room, food, drinks. So around for everybody, beef bowls, and it is literally just beef, like no seasoning, still a little greasy, ground beef in a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna run you. Just call it at like 8 silver.
I give him a gold.
Hey, thanks for the tip, man. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate
Zubazar,
it.
you pick up on that. He announces that loud, and that draws the attention of several people in several corners.
Oh boy.
Would I also notice this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
There's 2 types of player characters.
Smooth.
I'm just gonna take after eating my first bowl, waiting for the second bowl. I'm just gonna pull out the giant Kraken's tooth and just start polishing it.
After everyone starts looking in this direction, let me see something real quick, actually.
Stealth
Yeah,
check.
when... Huh?
Stealth check?
No. No. After that happens, I will also quite loudly announce a round of drinks for everyone.
You said quietly or loudly?
Loudly.
All right, roll me a
Yes.
performance check, please.
Ew. Okay.
It'll be light beer.
No,
form.
13's not bad. You have to remember, like, you don't critically fail. It's just, for you, that's bad, but a 13's, like,
If
pretty
for
good.
me, that's bad.
Yeah, everyone else in the tavern, like, looks at you do that, and you see some of those people who are thinking of leaving you guys as marks. A few of them, like, just give, like, all right, respect nods towards you, like, realizing they were made. There's 1 or 2 of them that look pissed off that they were noticed, but they'll still take it. A round of beer for everybody. The barkeep will lean towards you. Is that light beer or normal?
The strongest you have.
Beer.
Sure, if that's the strongest you have.
Yeah, we got beer.
Okay.
All
I
right.
love this guy.
Yeah. So he'll start pouring and tossing them down the counter, and individuals start coming up and down and picking it all up. And after he's done keeping the tally of all of this, he looks at you. All right, that'll be 5 gold.
I'll hand him 6.
Appreciate you want some beef?
Where's the beef?
It's delicious.
Do I want some beef?
Yes.
No, not really. I'm not too hungry. Also, these people are boring. Free drinks for everyone, and there's not even a party going on?
A tiefling slides up right beside you, Capriccio. Yeah, do you want some beef?
I look over.
This
What does he look like?
frosty blue tiefling with 2 twisted ram-like horns on top of their head. They're wearing a jacket that, if it wasn't for all of the very particular rings and studs put into it, looks like it would be fitted for a child, barely covering their nipples down past their pecs. And very tight leather pants that just barely cover the business.
Can I
I get-
tell what type of tiefling he is?
Yes, that would be, shit, what's his name? Levistus Legacy.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
Zozar was like quietly close to Capriccio, so loud enough to only where he can hear. It was just like he's trying a bit too hard.
The individual taps his finger on your glass, Capriccio, and it chills instantly.
I give him a smile and a once over. I don't know. Are you offering?
Oh, it
It
always
look
makes
like a
the-
butcher.
It always makes the evenings more exciting.
You don't look like a butcher.
No, I'm more of a agent of chaos, if you will.
What a coincidence.
They give you a very wide smile. Then they lean closer and just whisper, "You should look over towards the left side. You see that very big, hairy man over there? You see there is a human that looks more like a werewolf.
Wait.
Argan, you did.
Zerzar does smirk at that.
He points at, you see that guy over there? He is about to hear a little whisper from that guy right next to him. And you see there's an orc. And then the individual like covers his mouth and you hear him whispering. And you notice there's like a magical incantation to it before the big guy snaps his attention towards the orc and immediately decks him right inside the jaw. Oh. All the
Was
big,
that your
strong men
doing?
are so sensitive about their mothers. Yeah.
Not too impressed. Just a party trick.
A party trick. Well,
Uh-huh.
what? Are we going to have a little competition then? You think you can do better? I hear Fey folk are very, how do we put this? Flexible when it comes to all of their dealings in mischief.
I give him a big grin.
And they
Why don't
meet
you find
in
out?
kind. Alrighty. So, it looks like Capriccio is having a good night.
Question.
Yeah?
Just real quick. Is this tiefling drinking something?
Not actively, but as soon as this deal is made, he waves his finger and 2 shots are poured for him in Capriccio.
Fantastic. Once this shot is
I
there, I will.
slide. Oh, go ahead.
Go
I was
ahead,
gonna say I'm gonna settle cast prestidigitation to make his shot taste like mayonnaise. Anyway.
Oh, and he'll take it without flinching.
Ooh, he's good. I should have done like shoe polish or something.
Oh yeah, that I mean,
I wonder if he'll think it was me.
yeah, right. That's what he's doing. Yeah. So what
I
are you
just
saying?
handed Zerzar the questionable water that I was given, and I just drank from my jug.
I'll look at the water for a second. You know, I definitely do think that I do see particles in here. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't want it either. I was just seeing if they had something other than ale. They don't. So I'm going to drink my mango water.
The tiefling leans over. Hey, you need something not ale to drink, right?
No, I'm good. I've got this jug that makes mango water.
Mango water. Interesting.
It also makes honey or mayo or vinegar. Makes wine, but, well.
Oh.
Most of them drink beer, so.
By the way, my friends call me Frosty.
Mm,
Is that your actual name, or is that what your friends call you?
As I just stated, what my friends call me.
I was making sure. I just want to make. It's a pleasure to meet you, Frosty.
It's rude to ask a devil their name.
and especially one working for the jailed one.
Excuse me, working for who? I am salaciously and unequivocally unemployed.
Uh,
I want to roll insight on that if
Go
I'm
for it.
allowed.
Yeah, definitely. 21.
If it fails, I will use one of my sorcery points to reroll.
No need. They definitely... They might be unemployed, but you can tell this person has some business dealings that leaves them living very comfortably.
I wonder if this guy's a den member.
I'm just a contractor from him.
Braska, as you're moving
Yeah.
around the tavern, there's quite a few people that end up bumping into you and instinctually turn to yell, but then immediately back away terrified. And yet, there's other big guys, like as big as you, roughly, that don't get that same treatment.
Huh. Weird.
I'm just keeping an eye on Braska to see if I see the light again.
It was literally a torch, like somebody walked by with.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was like some sort of light that someone casted above him to signal that he's good to go through.
No, it was just like a well-timed, plot-driven flicker of a light revealing him.
Mm.
So, is there anything anybody would like to do tonight, other than Capriccio?
Well,
No,
seeing
I
as
don't
you're
have any plans. You guys could do whatever you need to do to gather information. That's not my area.
I might go for a lovely walk at night.
I'll join you in a minute.
Enjoy your enthusiastic walk, sir.
You say you're unemployed.
Yes.
Would you like to make a little coin?
I mean, I definitely have enough to last me a while. Unless I want to go to the bathhouse every day. What do you have in mind?
I have information to provide to the den of the town. I just don't know.
Oh, I
what
do
that
not deal
means.
with the den. Mm-mm.
Ah,
Bad business happens when you get involved with the den. You'd end up
see,
like those red cap fuckers.
what's up with the red cat fuckers?
Oh, well. Word around town, and this is just what I've heard, keep in mind, that the red cap were starting to become a bit larger in numbers and might have even been able to start constructing a little bit of territory. But before they did that, a few of their new recruits were revealed to be children of malice, right? The red cap quickly killed them, but they ended up losing someone else who ended up telling Den Elias about that, and, well, Den Elias does not let anybody associate with the Children of Malice, I'm sure you know. Huh.
Well, seeing as the individual who told them about it was associated with them, I assume they also dealt with him appropriately.
Well, interrogating. Torture and the like.
I'm always up for some torture.
I mean, who isn't, right? In these trying times, you gotta keep everything interesting somehow.
Especially against one of them God-born children.
What?
Azamir.
Bro, I stay out of drama like that. I don't care. I ain't working for any devils or demons or anything like that. I was born a nice little drow-eyed boy. And now I'm like this because my daddy had trouble keeping it in his pants. Honestly, can't blame him. It happens, right? So
Of course.
I get to live like this now.
Who doesn't like to have a little fun at night?
But I don't give a fuck about those devil, demon, angel bullshits. I'm here to live my life. And then they order another round of shots for you and him, Capriccio. Now, if you don't mind, I'm in the middle of flirting.
Oh, no worries. Have fun.
They always do that.
And I go for that enthusiastic walk with Braska with our meatballs.
Yeah, they never just let you have your own privacy with a conversation. Like, honestly, it makes it... If I wasn't so secure with myself, I would have difficulties approaching you. Because of all them.
They're good people.
Yeah.
But that's enough about them.
So, over to the enthusiastic walk. Braska. Strolling through town, you hear the sounds of many different drunks out here. You hear a few fights and scraps happening in the alleyways as the tavern music begins to fade away slowly. Once you get far enough away, what is it that you are doing?
I'm basically looking for wherever the fun is right now.
Okay.
I wasn't getting it in the bar. I want it.
Roll me an insight check.
It's a lot of ones.
Yeah, that's a lot of ones. So, are you looking for just a fight or like a good fight?
Preferably a good fight.
Okay. You come across a few people that, they're big, so long as you don't bring your weapon out, it'll at least be interesting,
I'll take it.
But as soon as you try to start shit with them, for some reason, they just act really scared of you and walk away. Or even apologize for you shoving them. It's becoming infuriating. Sinclair, you catch up with him after a few interactions where this very large individual gets shoved and the man twists like he's ready to deck Braska, which obviously is what Braska wants. But the man just, sorry, and then walks away.
Am I doing something wrong?
Hand
it me?
Braska both beef balls, and I just go up behind that guy and kick him right between the legs. What you get for disrespecting my friend.
So, Braska, you were crying?
Yep. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm trying here.
Well, let's go see if we can't do some late night fishing. We're always good at fishing for trouble. If they won't
Yeah.
pick a fight with you, they'll pick a fight with me, and you can always back me up.
All right.
Ooh, that could work. Yeah, let's do that.
Roll me a survival check, Sinclair.
As we walk past the guy, I just groin kick. I just kick him off to the side. You said survival?
Mm-hmm.
Am I being assisted by Braska?
I would.
Sure then.
Looking for a fight. 13.
All right. You find a really easy mark, right? These two big burly guys holding a goblin up against the wall, shaking him down for money in an alleyway. So easy. So you stumble down there. What would you like to do?
I'm going to say, as I'm flicking a platinum piece up into the air with my finger, I'm going to say, I heard your mom was free tonight. Where can I find her so I can give her a little pocket change?
Give me an intimidation roll. Oddly enough, that's exactly what Frosty said. Or made the other person sound like they said. 23. As you say that, the dumber of the two orcs turns and looks at you. The fuck you just say about my mom? Notices the coin and he reaches out and snags it out of the air as it's flicking upwards.
I just deck him right in the balls.
What's your strength modifier?
0.
Give me a strength roll.
Sure.
You go to punch him with a dick shot, but instead your hand clashes with his belt buckle and ricochets off as the individual just smiles widely at that. Oh, bad move. And the two guys just form a semicircle around you, Sinclair. Braska.
This is where I come in,
All right.
and I am ready for it.
As you start walking down the alleyway, the one who's standing behind Sinclair, who can clearly see you, just starts shoving his buddy's shoulder quickly. And the other guy, who's not paying attention, goes, "Whoever the fuck you are, leave it. Man disrespected my mom, he's gonna lose his fucking tongue." And then the other guy just runs away.
I have one. That's all I really need.
All I said was your mom was free tonight. And I figured I'd give her some pocket change.
And at that point, he cocks his arm all the way back, getting ready to slam it into Sinclair's face.
I'm just charging him, just tackling him to the ground.
All right, give me a athletics check, please.
22.
Oh, he's not going to possibly beat that. You slam into the individual, knocking him down to the ground, and Sinclair, you can easily just step to the side as the individual turns around and starts throwing and flailing his fists up wildly, and after the second thrust into your face, his eyes go wide, Braska. Coda, I'm sorry, Coda, please. And he just closes his eyes and flinches.
I'm just gonna take my
fuck's
coin
a
back.
coda?
He opens his eye slowly at you as you say that. Wait, you're not Coda?
I don't know
maybe.
who that is.
Fuck.
Is this asshole I know was willing to fight me?
Nobody would ever go against Coda in this town.
What is a coda?
Not a what, us a who.
Where do I find him? He's killing my good times here.
I have no idea where he's at. He hasn't been seen in weeks.
What does he look like?
He points at Braska, but
Oh,
orange.
well, that makes sense then.
Oh, we saw him.
Oh, that son of a bitch!
Oh, we know who we need to kick whose ass now.
Yep, guy's dying.
Whoa, you can't fight Coda, bro. I mean, like,
We killed a kraken.
congrats. Dude, Coda is something different, man. That thing's not even fucking mortal.
Just be another thing we can turn into something stupid.
I'm sorry. Here's your. He throws the platinum back to you, Sinclair, and then he pulls out his own coin purse and a second coin purse and then a third coin purse and just drops it on the ground. Sorry for anything. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
but
hand
that
him
does
back
help.
one of the coin pouches, the lightest one,
Yeah.
and I go, "Give this to your mother and apologize to her.
Sure.
She's a good lady."
Sure. Thanks, Coda. You. And he just like scurries away from you.
So we
Yep,
figured
I got
out
a new
why
thing to
you.
do.
Yep, we figured out why you're being caught in the town.
Enough of the cock block. I'm going for the kill.
Phrasing, but yes.
I know what I'm about.
So, as you are walking through the town again, Argan, what are you doing?
I'm going to excuse myself from the table where I don't know what Zorzar is doing, but obviously Capriccio is about to get into a prank war / flirting session.
I mean, you can do both.
And I'm going up to the room that Sinclair rented. And I'm opening up the portal to my room or to my mansion. And I'm going in it for the night.
All right, perfect. So everyone left the wizard all by himself. Perfect. Zuazar, what are you doing?
Zuzar probably just took a seat. He's kind of passively watching this prank war, but he's also kind of just like getting a gauge of this room itself. In the meantime, though, he is practicing the script that he saw on Sinclair's contract. Just passively just writing on like a piece of like napkin or something like that, just to see if he can't get it down like correct.
All right. This is not really an establishment that would have napkins.
Okay, fantastic. I'll just use a piece of paper. I've got.
All right. Just want to emphasize the quality of this place. So,
Or lack thereof.
But he's
over-
also keeping an eye out. Look, if they are, he's not even gonna give him like the time of day. But he's just seeing if, kind of going with flow, see if something happens.
Alrighty. So, you're keeping tabs on everything and appreciating the prank war that goes back and forth between Capriccio and Frosty.
Absolutely.
Braska, you go over towards the gates, excuse yourself out of them, and now that you're back on the outside, you end up walking through and you see that giant red tent yet again.
I'm going in there asking them about him.
All behind Braska.
Alrighty.
So walking in. All right, you fucks. Where's
Coda.
Coda? Thanks, buddy.
So as you get into the tent, you see the 30 or so individuals, all very rough, with this very large, expensive-looking table that stretches across the entire expanse of this room. Each one of them just clad in different levels of armament, armor, magical items, and things that glisten and gleam that show these people have survived quite a hardship in their life to earn all of this. Not a single one of them looks like they were born into expensive things, but somehow they have it, and they're living quite nicely outside the walls of Asarius. As you say that, every single person in the room's attention moves over to the two of you. Several of them begin standing up, but then you see the Aasimar from earlier slide up right in front of the two of you. What problem do you have with Coda?
He's killing my friend's fun.
Trying to have a simple fucking fight, and God, I just kicked something on the ground. Not particularly concerned what.
All right. A goblin goes flying. Yeah.
I'm into it.
Oh. Well. I'm not sure if Coda has need to talk to you.
Might want to rethink that position.
Not sure if I do. And
Hey.
everyone in the room begins standing up.
We've heard why you want old boy dead, and I get it. I'd want someone dead too if the information that they're going to leak to them ends up causing y'all to lose your lives. Me and him hunt monsters for a living and turn them into fucking awesome swords or masks or whatnot. We kill for what we get. Your friend Coda literally just made it so that anyone that Brosco wants to fight just runs like a sissy. What kind of fight is that?
Exactly.
I want to help you. But in order to help you, I need my man to be able to make people cry after the beating.
Alrighty. So, as the two of you are expressing all of this, the far end of the tent, you watch as it gets pushed open to the side. And you see that same orange-haired furbolg stepping through.
Oh, there he is.
He moves slowly, deliberately. Shoulders straight to the sides, but somehow relaxed despite the fact that they create a perfect L shape next to his neck. As he's walking out, strolling through the crowd, many individuals begin chuckling and laughing to themselves as he walks up to you, Braska. Sinclair, there's been very few people you've met that are bigger than Braska. This man is one. He stands about a foot away from you. Hey.
Hey. Where you want to do this?
He raises his eyebrow. Are you really like you're not fucking with me?
Not in the least.
You want to fight me?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck yeah.
Hell, I'm half tempted to fight you.
Dude, dude, guys, someone wants to fucking fight me. And several people in the crowd just start like laughing amongst all this, and he just starts walking around. Oh my god, it's been forever. What's it been, like 3 years? 3 fucking years? I mean, of course, there was that one idiot who walked into the fucking city and he went starship, but, like, that doesn't count, right? Like, oh my god, this is gonna be great. All right, he walks up to you and, like, just starts cracking his knuckles. All right, what are the rules? Weapons, fist, biting, groin shots. What do you want? You tell me.
You know what? I want to do this just fists. Fuck it.
Just fists. I like it, boy. This is gonna be a blast. Ooh, 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 ooh. Guys, yo, he turns to you, Braska, looking super excited. You know what'd be great? If we
What?
made like a pit and fought in it, right? No one
Shit,
could come
that would
in,
be great.
right? Oh, dude. And guys, I need you to start digging a pit now and
I got one better.
put caltrops in it.
No, I
Caltrops,
got
right?
one better. I go, get in the center of the room. Everyone else get the hell away.
No. Tell me what you're doing. And the Asimar walks up. Excuse me, but if they want to fight, they're going to be doing it on their own terms. Honor.
I'm just gonna make the arena for them. Might as well make a cone of sheer ice that keeps them trapped inside.
What? Ice is cold. Fuck that.
That's not
Exactly.
that bad.
Nah, I'm not a big fan of it, honestly. Lived out here way too long. I'm so glad I got out of that place. But anyways, caltrops, pit, sand.
Honestly, I'm kind of wishing you were a little bit more of an asshole. It's kind of killing my rage boner here.
He slaps you in the face, and
That's
his
better.
slap hurts, Braska. Sinclair, it sounded like thunder just fucking rocked the building when he slapped Braska's face.
Oh, this is gonna be fun to watch. We haven't had this much fun since you took the beating stick in Marquette.
Hey guys, we need sand, we need caltrops, and very big sharp things in it. Oh, this is gonna be fucking fun. And as he says that, they start pushing the table out of the way. One of the mages steps up and starts transforming the dirt into a large sand pit. Somebody else moves over and uses magic in order to move the sand out of the pit, creating this very wide little circle in the ground. Individuals begin tossing several bags of caltrops and burying spears, sticking sharp and deep in the sand outwards towards you, as well as halberds, as well as pikes, and all manners of different sharp objects. And he looks at you. Any special requests?
No, I think I already made it.
Go on the mark of my whip cracking.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I'm gonna just start handing my weapons to Sinclair.
Yep.
The man jumps down into the center of the pit. He takes his very large leathery belt and unties it, tightens it a lot tighter, and sinks it back into its loop before removing his very large coat from his body. And Braska, this dude is built. I mean, you know what the perfect, like, physical fighting body looks like. You have it.
I know.
All
All right. Anyone want to place bets? I got a bag of money, and I just tossed one of the pouches down on Braska.
The tiefling smiles, and everyone in the room just looks over at them, and then they just go, everything we have on Coda. What's our treasury at?
5 gold.
36,000.
So basically 5 gold.
They look at you, Sinclair. Can you match?
I look in the bag of gold that I just threw on the ground.
No.
I look in the other bag of gold money.
No.
I got 2 bags of gold.
They roll their eyes.
I'm broke after just spending all my money.
The Asimar walks away, and then just some goblin comes up to you, counts out how much gold you got, and goes, 18 gold? Yeah, I'll put up 18.
All right.
I'll match another 73.
Someone else will call out, I'm in on it. And Coda just looks around and goes, wait. Shit, but what if I lose, guys? And every single one of them just starts laughing and he smiles.
So 90 gold bet right now.
Yep. He smiles at you, Braska. Alrighty, son. This is gonna be a good one.
This is.
And with the crack of the whip, whoosh,
That is where we are gonna end the session. When we come back next week, Braska gets a very quick one-on-one with this mysterious Coda individual. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you all had a fantastic time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.